Hey guys, are we starting to see that Schererville market slow down, or is it just the Christmas season? Okay guys, let's do this. I have our monthly market update for Schererville, Indiana to see where we are with our real estate market. We might be starting to see the slowdown. It may just be Christmas, but we'll see as we go through these numbers. So sales in Schererville, and this is properties of all kinds, lots of condos and townhouses and stuff in Schererville, some bigger homes, although I will note that there were no $1 million homes pretty much anywhere on this list. But December, month ending December in Schererville, we sold 12 units of real estate. So in all of Schererville, 12 things sold. New construction, the oldest house in town, tiny condo, giant mansion, 12 of them sold. Total volume, only $3.5 million. Average sales price, $290,567. Average days on market, 25 days. So keep that in mind as we talk about, actives and pendings. Not a lot. No new construction. There was 4 condos and 8 single family homes. Not a lot of places to drill down at these numbers because there was only 12 homes sold. No $1 million homes, as I said. No like foreclosures or anything, on the other end of things. 12 sold in all of town. It's Christmas. We all know how this is. Schererville's a big town. You'd think there'd be more than 12, but we're starting to see, these higher seller prices come up against these, buyer interest rates. Compared to November in Schererville, 20 units of real estate sold in November for a total of $7.2 million, which gives us an average price of about $363,000 and average days on market 28 days. So days on market about the same, less than a month, which is actually still indicates a really good market. Again, only 20 houses sold, 1 new construction, 19 existing homes, 7 condos, 13 single family homes. These are not big numbers. For a long time, we didn't see big numbers anywhere around here because we didn't have any inventory. You can't have a lot of sales if there is nothing for sale. We still have probably the same amount of inventory as we did, back in 2022, 2021. But now, instead of selling at, 100%, 100+% of the sales price in 3 days, we're selling in just under a month with an average sales list price of 96% in November and 97% in Schererville. Again, it's the holidays. We had like a bad storm. There's all kinds of things that may go into this, but we're going to have to pay attention to this going forward because it looks to me like it's starting to happen. Pending listings. So listings in Schererville, again, of all kinds that have a buyer, haven't closed yet. Either they're waiting to build it, they need title work, whatever it is. Only 21 pending listings in Schererville. Average price on those, we won't know the closing price until after they close, but it's about $323,000. Average days on market, 31 days. And looking at it, it was kind of a perfect spread. There was a couple, there was like 2 days, and then there were some that were like, 50, 60, 70 days, averaged out into this perfect 31 days, which is actually, again, an indication still of a healthy market. The times we saw before in the areas over the past couple of years, 3 days, 7 days, 10 days, that appears to be over. There was one under there, foreclosures on the market for 209 days, which is kind of interesting because if foreclosures are usually priced well and snapped up, whether it's a house flipper or an investor or, a first-time home buyer that doesn't mind a fixer-upper, this foreclosure was on the market for 209 days, which means that the banks are still looking for those higher numbers on foreclosures. We will also have to keep an eye on that as well because I'm reasonably sure in my experience that, the first things to see, stress in the market prices are foreclosures. There was also active listings in Schererville. So now this is the other side of the story. These are sellers that have been in the market for a while, as it turns out, and are looking for a buyer. So 47 active listings, no $1 million homes. I think the top one on there was like 700 or 750, which is still pretty expensive, but Schererville has some $1.2 million type homes. Nothing like that on here. The average listing price, $391,000. So we've talked about this before, but $391 is what we want on average. $290 is what we're getting on average in December. Even if we go back to November, it's still $363. Those are some pretty big, jumps there. And again, we'll see how that all works out. And once sellers realize maybe the buyers aren't there, this is, to me, is the most important number right here. Average days on market for active listings in Schererville. And again, this is, little condos, this is regular single family homes, everything. 72 days. Active listing average. So 25, 28 days we had in the past couple months. Pendings were at 31, 70 some days active listings in Schererville. Again, it's Christmas, all the stuff went on, holidays, New Year's. This is a long time to be on the market. Certainly nothing like we've seen before. I think this is the indication that we are starting to see downward price pressure on the sellers, because the buyers don't exist. They don't have $1 million. Their interest rates are now 7%, 8%, 6.5, depending on, what they're working with and what they're looking for. There is on there, kind of gave me a chuckle, new construction townhouse. It is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,700 square feet. They want $400,000 for it. And guess what's been on the market for a long, long time is this townhome. Buyers are usually the first to start, doing those price drops. We're starting to see a little bit of that. They're more likely to do, concessions, maybe throw in hardwood for free kind of things. But we're going to start seeing these builder prices come down. Not as much in Schererville. We really only had that little pocket of new construction on the far east side, Canyon Creek or something like that. But we are going to see it in the new construction in St. John for sure when we talk about that. We're going to see it in Crown Point. We're going to see all these different prices for these builders. They come down slow. You've seen builder prices. They go down by like $85 or something like that. But we are definitely going to start to see those as we get into this new year and this new market. Other than that, in Schererville, I will say it still appears to be healthy. A lot of people are freaking out, and buyers and sellers. We got to get through the next couple months till we get to the spring market, and then we're really going to see what the story is. I promise you that the story is not going to be horrible cratered prices and people foreclosing and it's all no. We are still at these prices above our average from 10 years ago. We are not where we were 2 years ago when everything was out of control, but by no means are we in any kind of market crisis right now. Schererville, Munster, St. John, everywhere I practice, most of the country, we're still not in real estate crisis mode, and honestly, I don't think we're going to end up there. So even though this seems like bad news, and even though I'm like, hey, we need to keep an eye out, this still isn't really terrible news. It's just we're going back to normal market where houses take 30 or 40 days to sell, where sales to list price are 95 to 98%. This is good news probably for everybody. Certainly better news for buyers because they will have, a larger budget, depend on that interest rate problem, but they'll be able to buy more things to sell or bring their prices down. And sellers, you guys have to usually buy something as well. So when you go out to buy things, whether you're paying cash or whether you have to use this new interest rate, it's going to be less expensive. But like I said, spring, we're going to see how it goes. It's January 3rd or something like that. The new year just started. Things, people just went back to work like today. So we're going to keep an eye over this in the next couple months. So please like and subscribe to this channel. I do these once a month. Next week, we're going to talk about Munster. Again, a community with lots of different kind of houses. Not too much new construction, but a lot of pressure coming in from Illinois buyers. So we'll keep look at those Munster numbers and see, what to keep an eye on, days on market, foreclosure, flip activity, stuff like that. If you live in Schererville, you're thinking about selling. If you're a buyer and you're thinking about purchasing, or honestly, if you're thinking about buying or selling anywhere, pretty much all over Northwest Indiana, please call or text me anytime, 219-765-2062. We can certainly, look at where the market is now, see where we anticipate it going, and put together a plan for the spring for you. If you're more comfortable, you can always send me an email at hsbyerica@gmail.com. Certainly comment on this video. Please like this video. Like I said, subscribe to the channel and ring the little bell so you can get notified when new ones get posted. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks.